Hey everyone, it's Daryl from Houseplant Journal, and today I'm going to show you how I planted these little jewel orchids. Don't they have such cool leaves? Anyway, one of them is called Ludicea discolor, and then there's a bunch of other names here. And then the other one is called Docinia marmorata. Yeah, Docinia marmorata. But actually, when I unpotted them, I forgot which one was which, so let's just quickly do a Google search. Go straight to the images, have a look. This one matches this one here. Yep. And now Docinia marmorata. So this one's the one with the more colorful leaves. That's this one. So today on my Instagram stories, I saw my friend Christian, and he was going to the Toronto Flower Market, and when I saw that there were jewel orchids there, I just knew I had to go and get some myself. So they've always fascinated me because their foliage is so interesting with like little lines that look like lightning bolts and the kind of iridescent quality. It just really fascinates me, and so I just knew I had to get myself a plant and give it a try. So when I got the two plants, I knew that I wanted to put them into this little terrarium together. So the first step to do is we have to unpot them. And what I like to do is just gently take the stem with one hand and squeeze the pot and very gently pull out the plant from the original pot. And you can see here that both plants are currently potted in pure sphagnum moss. And luckily I had some sphagnum moss on hand, so I knew I'd be able to replant them. So the first thing we wanted to do is line the bottom of, so first maybe I should explain what this little terrarium is. It is a really neat product from Botanica Boutique. They're based out of Australia. I'll put a link in the description below. But essentially they make these really elegant mossariums. You're supposed to put moss in them, but they also have other versions with open tops, closed tops, and basically you can put any small terrarium type plant in there. So the one I have is a wooden base, and it has a silicone insert which doesn't have drainage holes, but of course if you look at my previous video on how to water with no drainage holes, you'll know that you just need to add the right amount of water. So once we've unpotted the plants, then I usually like to take this opportunity to inspect the roots and make sure that you don't see anything rotted, and I'm assuming because these came straight from the nursery, we probably won't find any rotting. And I'm just going to remove let's say about half of the old sphagnum moss, just so that when we put it into the new sphagnum moss, it'll have some nice new medium to grow into. So once again, we lined the bottom of the silicone tray, and I think I put a little bit too much at first, but we're just going to remove some just so that the plants can sit at a nice height. And so I'm just going to place the plants on top and then kind of support them while I pack some sphagnum moss around the roots, and just to kind of stabilize them in there. And I'm just going to try and work gently around this other one here who has some nice little babies. So I want to make sure that I don't completely cover the babies so that they can have a chance to get some light and eventually grow up taller. Now initially I wanted to put them underneath the closed terrarium, but as you can see, it's the plants are actually a little bit too tall for it. I kind of miscalculated, but luckily I have this other top which is open on the one end, so then I'll just use that. And of course the humidity for this one will obviously not be as high, but I think I can manage with this open top. Now in terms of care, you do the regular thing, you Google it, and what I found was the jewel orchids appreciate indirect light, so it seems like bright indirect light is like the de facto type of light, which is why it's so important to understand how you get that light, which means you put the plant where it can see a lot of the sky, and then you check for the hours of sun tolerance. So I'm actually going to put this plant here behind a diffuser. Then once you get the light right, the watering, you need to keep the soil evenly moist, or in this case the sphagnum moss evenly moist. So it means I'll just be checking it every couple days or so and feeling the moss, and when it's time to water I'll just give it a quick water whenever it needs. So that's all there is to it. To be quite honest, I really just got this plant and I've never had one before, so you'll probably see updates on Instagram about it, but yeah, I'm happy with this. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next video. I'm Daryl, thanks for watching. Bye.